Mr. Franco, what's the next court date?
The next court date, they say...
I spoke to Peter.
The next court date, they say January 24th.
Please understand.
Mr. Samuel.
This is not your address?
Of course not. After that, we live in different place. Mr. Samuel, my wife would like to hear or listen while you say, I ask you...
Well, the lawyer would come over here.
So, I ask you authorization by recording the conversation that we're going to have with you.
They have is 1605 Nelson Avenue, 3M. That's not right.
This address, we are not living there. But what I tell you, that we would like to have a conversation plenty with you. This is the third time.
You want to record our conversation?
Yes, please.
I don't really appreciate that.
Yes.
If you're doing me too, go ahead.
Because we would like to show to my wife the conversation, because what the problem here is 5 minute children. They are emotional situation with us.
If you feel the need to record it, go ahead. I would prefer you didn't.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. May I close the door?
Please. Can you give me your proper address?
Yes. So my name is Franco, Aridio Franco. I am here in the office to Mr. Samuel Dumber. The recorded conversation we need to provide my wife so some kind of relax because of the removal of his 5 minor children. My name is Franco, and we are here in the office to Mr. Samuel Dumber, who assumed to be our representative on the child removal case.
I'm only your representative, not
Thank you.
Okay, can you give me your proper address?
What?
Your address.
My address is 2755 2769, because there are 3 buildings in one.
Okay.
So right there in the first number, we are at the basement. This place is my sister's home or my sister's apartment.
Is this in the Bronx? What
This is the Bronx.
2755 to 69. What street?
Apartment 6.
What
This
street?
is Sedgwick.
Sedgwick. What's the zip? Do you know?
10468. Also, the address is very well specified on my document here in the bottom here.
Okay.
Right here, you had it. If you read it, it's here right already.
I just went by what was on the petition.
The last page to the copy where I gave it to you, right here, have the indication correctly.
What I'd like to do is use this time to go over the complaint.
Well, because, please, I would like to get some knowledge from you, to share something, know from you, before we go through fill out any kind of documentation. Because we don't know anything about you.
What do you want to know about me?
We would like to know what you've been doing, from where you're coming from, the way how automatically
you want
are
to know
going into the case as our defendant, even without the judges appointing you coming to our defendant.
No, the judge appointed me. I didn't ask to be representing you. The judge appointed me. It was on a day when I was picking up new cases. You have a right to hire your own lawyer. You have a right to, I believe, represent yourself. And if you couldn't afford a lawyer, the court assigned a lawyer to you. So That's how I came to be your lawyer. The Judge Richardson assigned me to represent you. Okay? And that happened on October 24th, correct? So,
well,
what does he want? You want to know about me?
Yes, my conversation here is to get some kind of knowledge between you and us based on the situation.
I'll do that.
You know, because I'm sorry, I would like to remember that the first time that I met you, we were already outside the courtroom.
Yes.
So, and you identify yourself as our lawyer defendant before the judge appointed you as our defendant.
That's not correct.
That's why we leave it.
No,
when we go inside, I say before judges, I'm concerned that we want no knowledge about anything from you or from your ability to say that we're able to assist us. And then the judges say that you cannot sign anything for the moment because there is something mismatched between the representation that you are saying that would be willing to do it and based on the concept that we feel concerned because we don't know exactly anything.
Mr. Franco,
what is going on.
The court appointed a guardian ad litem to you also, Miss Mandel. She's not here today. I'm willing to proceed without her. But your facts are inaccurate. I know my purpose is not to quarrel with you. If you want to get to know me better, that's fine. But my purpose in telling you this is you're telling me that I started talking to you before the judge assigned me. That's incorrect. I was assigned to represent you and then I talked to you. I'm not allowed to...
I am sorry, Somoy. I'm not here to make any discussion with you. I try to tell exactly what was. We knew you, or you come to us before go the first time to the courtroom. And then when I met you, you were already seated down before the judges.
Mr. Franco, do you want to know, is this productive, is this helpful, what's your point? That I did something wrong, is that your point?
No, we would like to know exactly what's going on, what is the situation, why all of that situation happened.
You want to know about me, do you want to know about the situation, what exactly you want to know?
We would like to know all as we can because we don't know
I'd rather do this another way.
Because we don't know anything, this is the problem. We don't know anything. And the procedure have been going on and we don't know anything. That is the problem. We need some chances to identify one another and to see what possibility you might have to return our 5 minor children from the hand to that enemy.
Okay. You want me to explain the petition to you? I'll explain that. You're charged with child neglect, you and Ms. Franco, your wife. You're charged with neglect by the caseworker Jennifer Vega. And Ms. Vega took this petition against you July 16th. And she says that your children are neglected or at risk of being neglected due to inadequate supervision and guardianship due to your mental illness. In that, she says on June 7th, the staff from the shelter, where you were living in the shelter, I guess, at the time, that your thoughts are all mixed up. This is what the staff at the shelter that you were at said. And that you felt there was a conspiracy against you. This is what they say. I'm not saying any of this is true. You understand? This is what the caseworker says. On July 13th, a doctor from Lincoln Child Advocacy Center, after he spoke to you, a doctor from Lincoln, that you're in need of an emergency psychiatric evaluation. And because that your behavior was placing your children at risk, this doctor said. The doctor further reported that you're showing many classic features of schizophrenia. I don't know who this doctor is. And refused to comply, you refused to go along with the evaluation. He reported that you decompensated to the point that you won't even reapply for food stamps. And just started carrying on about delusions. On July 13th, a doctor from Lincoln Hospital reported that 2 days before, a mobile crisis unit went to the address, the shelter where you were at, and the children were upset by your yelling, that the children were crying because you were yelling.
This is the accusation that they made.
This is what she said.
What she said. And then
You got a copy of this.
yeah, you also got a copy about my explanation about this. What could you say based on my explanation and the evidence that I showed already?
Well, the first thing we're doing is telling you what the charges are. Then you can explain it, each thing to me.
Okay.
Because you wanted to know what's going on, what the charges are.
Okay.
They also say that on June 14th, the caseworker observed small marks on the children's arms. They were approximately a ½ inch in diameter. They were pink on the outside and darker in the middle. The doctor reported that they were itchy. The children said they're itchy. And they got them from their beds, the children said. Caseworker asked the mother and the father to take the children to the doctor to see treatment for the marks. However, the mother and the father stated they were not going to take the children to the doctor. The mother and the father provided inadequate supervision to Jimmy and Paul. In excessive corporal punishment, there were marks on Jimmy and Paul, linear marks. This worker observed Jimmy to have 1 written on his upper back and 3 on his chest, and they were all approximately ½ inch in length. Paul had linear marks also. You know what they mean by linear marks?
This means that the bed was very bad, and the children were sleeping.
Do you know what they mean by linear marks in a line?
That means that the bed was very bad on the shelter. And we are homeless, living over 6 years, sleeping in very bad condition to the matter, to the bed. And the care worker verified that because she wrote in the document, she wrote clearly that the children testified that this illness problem was created by the bed, by the bed to the mattress or the shelter. Remember, we are homeless, living in shelter for over 6 years, and the condition to the mattress, we have photographs. We have two photographs. I explained it correctly, everything about that issue, and we provide copy to you.
My purpose is to tell you what you're charged with. You asked me to tell you what you're charged with. By doing that, you're trying to give me the explanations. I'll go through it all with you.
Okay, but if you stand by the position that you are our defender, lawyer, and you were supposed to read it already, my own motion that I introduced with a full explanation about one by one all that accusation. I provide a full explanation supported with documents from them. When they say that we doesn't provide the assistance to the hospital, we also show in our statement that we already have been checking for that issue from the hospital, the medical record of the children evidence that, and we provide copy to the prescription already recorded by you in the CD-ROM. So, however, the own report had the indication that all children indicated that the illness problem was created for the bed, the mattress to the bed. So, when they say, I explain to you, when they say that
they got round marks on the mattress?
Yes, we have photographs to the mattress because the mattress were all in very bad condition, and we are a family living in shelter. We are not living in an independent apartment with the condition that you would like to create around you. The mattress is property to the shelter, and we are living in there for over 6 years in different shelters. The condition to the mattress, plastic mattress, and ragged, create situation, including me and my wife. And we had a photograph.
I have another half hour. Can I now continue to go through what they say, or else we're not going to get through it?
Okay.
I will give you an ample opportunity, either today or another time, to explain everything. But you asked me, A, to tell you about myself, and B, tell me what's going on, what the charges are.
Okay.
I'm attempting to do that.
Okay. I will appreciate you more that, but Mr. Samuel, that concept that you try to avoid to me now, focus only on the accusation that they made to us when you are my defendant, how you say. You didn't notice before the whole explanation that I already have provided to you in writing and with the document recorded in CD-ROM. So the time that we are running based on the accusation that they made in the court, and the time that we are running and the documentation and explanation that I gave it to you was supposed to be checked one with other, because I gave it to you as you are supposedly to be our representative.
When did you give it to me, Mr. Franco?
I give it to you right in front to the before November. Before November 5.
Mr. Franco, you're confused, okay?
And excuse me, when I introduced the motion, the day that
I met you on the street the end of last week.
No, I am sorry. Let me remember you. When I introduced the motion...
It's not my purpose to quarrel with you. Do you want me to continue to do this or not? Do you want me to continue? You had lengthy documents. You had tremendous amount of documents. I hadn't yet met with you. I am meeting with you now. I will read everything that needs to be read. But if you asked me to tell you what you're faced with, what the charges are, and to tell you about myself, I'm trying to do that. Rather than you're too close.
No, because I don't know why you try to accommodate it. Please, we would like some kind of sincerity. When I introduce the motion, I take the opportunity to give you copies. When I introduce the motion, I give you copies to the... Remember, when I prepare the motion, you talk about the motion to the judges. Remember that? The same day, I introduced the motion in the court. And then when I met you, I give you a copy to the explanation that we provided.
Mr. Franco, what's your point? What is your point? I'm having difficulty. What is your point? To tell me that I didn't do what I should do?
No, I'm sorry so much about that. The point where I try to address is that the explanation and the evidence about the accusation that they made to me by justify continue with my children, I already have provided to you. And then if you repeat to me the accusation that they made when already I had explained to you in writing,
Mr. Franco,
to question me based on what I say, not what I say.
You're not listening to me at all.
Okay.
You're not listening at all. Okay? I'll say this real loud so this could hear it too. You're not listening.
Okay. Okay.
I have been a lawyer a long time. Law office. Is this Claudio? Claudio, I have somebody here now. I called Barra, and I am waiting for a return. And this is ridiculous. I mean, he wrote it out about veterans. I know. Yeah. Well, wait about 2 o'clock. Yeah. All right, Claudio.
What do you say about something? By example, in the moment that you...
Here's my point, and I'm going to say it.
Yeah, okay.
You missed another appointment prior to today with me. And today is the first day I'm meeting with you, right? And we have until January before the case comes back. So November, December, more than 2 months. Whether or not I read something that you gave me, and you have, gosh only knows, tremendous amount of documents, my purpose is to hear what you have to say. Because you can't give a document to the judge and say, here's my defense. You're going to have to testify. I need to hear from your mouth what you're saying about these things. That's the way I practice law. You know, maybe you have a different notion of how it should be. I have supported your right to represent yourself. I believe you have a right to represent yourself. The judge decided otherwise. I don't need to be representing you. It's not, a thing that, you seem to think that I wanted to represent you and I spoke to you before I was assigned to you. That's simply not true. You asked me to tell you about myself, and I will, and you asked me to go through the petition. I'm trying to do it, okay? So let me just...
Please, give me 1 second. Mr. Samuel, again, we are not here. We are not here to make discussion. We are here to get some point in common to see the possibility to return my 5 children. If you are going to address me, the whole accusation at once, the merely half hour that you provide to me today will not be enough. Then what do you say?
Then we would schedule another day. I told you, and I wrote in a letter that came back to me because the address on the petition is wrong. I'll tell you what I said in the letter. And I said this to you on the phone.
But give me the letter.
I was scheduled to meet in your office. This is one I refused. You refused to take my card the first day. I am willing to spend as much time with you as necessary. Obviously, it can't happen all today. We have 2 months. If I have to see you again and again and again, I will. But it can't be that you're running the show. It can't be. If the judge wants you to represent yourself, he'll let you. Otherwise, decisions about how to do strategy and how to prepare your case are my decisions, not yours.
Okay, but please, I am your client then. But let me finish with what I tried to explain in the first point. If you come to addressing the whole accusation to me today, it don't give me the chance one by one how my answer every point that they are. By the end, to the time that you have available to me, we only will hear about the accusation. We will not get a chance to take verbally from me the response from one by one. By example, when you argue about one point, give me the chance to answer. When you argue on another point, give me the chance to answer. And then you might have a better picture.
Yeah. Who said I wouldn't do that, Mr.
Let me finish. Now, from the issue that we have to wait until January 24, I think that would be a mistake.
Did I say that we should wait until January 24th, Mr.
Let me say...
I said we'd have as many meetings before January 24th. You've already missed one. October 29th was the day I wanted to get together with you.
When? We didn't get any invitation.
I know, yeah, you did the day we met in court. You didn't even take my card. But, Mr. Franco, we're wasting time. We're quarreling. What's the point? I have to go through these things. There's only a couple more items that I have to go through to tell you what you're charged with. It's my responsibility. I wouldn't be meeting my responsibility if I didn't do that. And then I would give you a chance to go one by one by one by one and give me your answers to each accusation. And if that takes 1 hour, 2 hours, or 22 hours, that's fine.
Okay, I wait for that. I will wait for that. I hope you gave me the chance to answer. Because, furthermore, we didn't receive any previous invitation by Miss You. Really. You gave me the card. Okay, I reject the card. Okay.
You take it.
Yes, because that day was the day when I see you and we were unsure. Also, the judge that day doesn't decide upon you. And then that's why we didn't do that card invitation, please. Thank a little bit on our situation. We didn't know absolutely anything. So this is the first time that you invited on, and we're coming to understand, because that's what we need. We need understand.
Yeah. It's the second time I've invited you, but I am not going to quarrel.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right. So then the last thing they say is they had marks on their back.
Okay.
Jimmy had marks. And Jimmy told the caseworker that the mother and the father have hit him with a belt on several occasions. And the mother and the father hit him with a belt a lot of times, and the last time was June the 9th, and he told this to the caseworker on June the 14th. And sometimes, he said, when he gets hit, it leaves marks. The caseworker says that you provided inadequate food to the children. In that July 11th, a worker with Lincoln Hospital Mobile Crisis Unit observed there was no food in the home. Therefore, they're saying the children are neglected because of all these items. Now, we should go through these things one by one, or do you want to use the next 20 minutes or 25 minutes for me to tell you about my experience, or not? Which would you prefer?
I follow you. What do you prefer?
Okay, I'll go through these things one by one.
Read again? Read it to me again?
Well, I'll tell you each thing as we do it.
But you already read it to me.
Okay, so
this is the accusation that they made.
Yes.
This is the accusation that they made.
Correct.
Okay, and then you tell me that I go to answer based on what they say, and then later on you tell me about you and what possibility we can have to resolve the matter.
Go ahead.
That's what you want to tell me.
That's the way you want to do it. I wouldn't do it that way, but you do it.
You are the lawyer. I would like you to take the report that the shelter have camera monitoring. The shelter that we were living,
the shelter has camera.
Yes, have a camera monitoring.
Yes. Not in your room, though.
Right in front to the room.
Yes.
Right in front to the room, there are camera. There are camera, there are security, there is a worker. So, I invited you to verify when any unit or health or unit for mental unit or whatever they say, when that issue happening. Never.
Which issue?
Issue that they mentioned, that the emergency unit went to the room.
They give the dates.
Eh?
They have the dates.
They say in the document. They also say the date. And then I am informing you that you are lawyer, have access to everything, that the shelter have camera monitoring whole up to the entity. And right before the door that we are living, there are a camera. They have to show you that evidence, because that unit, mental health unit, never had gone into our room in the time that we were living in that place, in any place that we are living. So you have to take that information because that complies with the lie that they try to introduce at that level. In other words, that situation never happened.
Never happened.
Exactly. In any place.
So this is okay.
See, they say that they call the mental health unit or whatever. That never happened. And they continue to argue that my children were crying because I was yelling. That was not true. That never happened. This is the first point that I am answering to you. And that explanation is already explained on my motion. That explanation is already written and documented on my motion.
Okay.
Okay. The another part, I wish that you complete to take you notice.
And the marks on the children are from the mattresses?
The mark that they refer on the children, we already present the children to the hospital from many times before. And the record on the hospital might show the application to the doctor regarding the situation about the mark, and the prescription has to be indicated on the record. The situation to the mark to the children is created by the mattress, the bed mattress on the shelter.
How did it make round marks?
I'm sorry?
How did it make round marks?
Well, because you sleep in the mattress, right? Sometimes you have to make around inside the mattress. You don't sleep uniformly. You take different positions in the mattress. And the mattress is plastic mattress, and ragged like this, how I got it in the photograph. That create marks at different levels. I sleeping on the same place for over 6 years.
Yeah, so you had all these marks on you too?
Me too. Me and my wife. So because we were homeless, living in shelter, and the mattress to the shelter was not in good condition. We do have photographs.
Did they treat the children for these marks?
Yeah, we bring the children to the hospital.
Yeah.
The hospital made the prescription, and the children was using something in the body. The children were already be threatening about this, and the hospital where the children had a report, have that information on their report, on them.
Have you ever punished your children with a belt?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever hit the children with a belt?
What do you mean?
A belt. This is a belt.
No.
That's not true.
No, that's not correct. Also, at that point, the indication on the report say Jimmy. They mention it, Jimmy. They say Jimmy's report. Jimmy have 5 years. It's 8 children who have 5 years.
Children with a belt?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever hit the children with a belt?
What do you mean?
A belt. This is a belt.
No.
That's not true.
No, that's not correct. Also, at that point, the indication on the report say Jimmy. They mention it, Jimmy. They say Jimmy's report. Jimmy have 5 years. It's 8 children who have 5 years. The argument from here.
How old is Jimmy?
Jimmy have 5. Now have 7. 7. I believe. No. Paul has 5. And Jimmy has 7.
How old is Nori?
Nori has 13 to 14.
When is the birthday of Nori?
It's March 29, 1993.
And Joel?
1994. Hilda, 1995. About the same month, about August. Okay. So now, based on the accusation that they made, please, again, I have explained in writing where the motion we introduce and we provide documentation.
Please don't tell me about the motion. Can you talk to me? My purpose is to hear from you what happened.
Okay.
I told you again, I will look at the motion, I'll look at every document you submit. If I was going to just look at the motion, you didn't need to be here.
Okay.
I need to hear your explanations. I need to hear, because you can't say to a judge, here's a tape or here's a CD, play it, it explains everything. You will have to talk. And if you want to represent yourself, you have to talk a lot.
Okay.
So, now you're going to tell me, you told me about the marks, you told me you never hit the children.
And the problem to the
was there always
the
food in the house? Was there food in the house?
Okay. Let me answer that. You the one you mentioned emotion. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me answer that. When they made the fair accusation, they made the accusation about missing food. They made accusation about missing food.
They said they saw no food in it.
The fair accusation that they made. And then they come into the shelter with the issue of missing food. So what happened? Please remember, we had not warfare case open by up to 8 months. Any children have been public assistance, food stamp, no Medicare, no cash if we were living in shelter. By up to 8 months of living into shelter without food stamp, without anything, only with the support to the part-time job of my wife that is working like undocumented below the table without registration. Only with that part-time and the collection of food pantry from different Jewish organizations and different churches, and we collected every time food pantry. When they come to our room, with the fair accusation to verify if there was or not food. They found enough food because everything was full.
They said there was no food.
Okay, but they say in the document, that is what the issue by going to the room. But when Ms. Jennifer Vega went to there with the police, she testified before the police that everything was okay. And the armed police opened the cabinet and checked that yes, there was food in the room. Also, we have photographs to the police when we went there. If we have photographs to the whole cabinet about the food that we have having.
Which day?
That day is the day when they made the fair accusation. That is something
July 11th. July 11th.
July
11th.
Yes, July 11th. They went there.
That was way after they made accusations.
All time we have it. All time we have it because we have getting food from Jewish community, from church, and from the part-time of my wife.
So
however,
that's not true. There was food.
Absolutely. We had the evidence. The police had to be contacted. The police that went to the room that day, had to testify that because the armed police opened the cabinet and they noted that yes, there was food.
On July 11th.
July 11th, the time that they went with the accusation of the missing food. The time that they went there with the accusation of missing food. Now, okay, take the report. I got the answer to another issue of, about the daughter that they mentioned. Okay. Later on, a daughter, they say daughter because daughter from CAC. The case worker coming to our door with a document, getting an appointment for the children, getting an appointment for test medically the children. So I called the doctor that they mentioned in the document how we provided, and he already recorded. The doctor, okay.
Law office.
The doctor told to us that he was willing to send a fax confirmation, a letter by fax, to the office, to the case worker that we have in the shelter. That confirmation was if the children had to go into that appointment or not. While we were waiting for that confirmation, and then they come in and take the 5 children. So the daughter, we contacted the daughter before the case worker from Nelson Avenue resident. She had to be requested about that because the daughter speak with her. I gave the telephone to her.
What is 1605 Nelson?
Shipping.
Is that a shelter?
This is shelter. It's a shelter. The case worker name is Miss Yahaira. She also spoke with Dr. Miller, and the Dr. Miller tell her, like to me, that he will send a confirmation if the children have to go in with him to medical exam or not. Why? Because the children are having your medical record in different hospitals, and another hospital in Home Point had the whole record to the children. When they come out with an invitation, by we bring the children to different hospitals without any explanation to about what that means, CAC program, and then we call him and say, wait a minute, why we have to bring you children to make test examination when we doesn't know anything about that program, CAC, and the children have been already his daughter and his medical in different hospitals. And then she said, okay, I will send you a confirmation if they have to come in or not. The case worker was witnessed at that conversation, and while we waiting for that confirmation, from one day to other, the people from the Bronx-Field go to the shelter and took my 5 children about 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. at night, without any previous advisors, without never speak with us about anything, you know, by surprise. They come and put to the shelter. They were not a worker, they were not supervisors, they were not director. Nobody from the shelter took any responsibility, even to advise us or notify us or take a previous conversation with us. Nobody. You know, and we were waiting for a confirmation from this doctor by see if we had to bring the children there or not. And then now they say that we were mixed up or a mental impairment or whatever, because I let him recognize, the doctor, that in order that we bring the children over there, he was supposed to have previously a decision from court. Why? Because we have been 4 state fair hearings already running out, and we didn't receive any court order, conclusion, or decision at all. And we were requesting be removed from that program. The program name was Tier 2 program. We were requesting be removed from that program, and we didn't get in hand the decision from the state fair hearing. How we had not yet that decision, we recognize to Dr. Mill that he had to get some authorization from court in order to bring the children to another program, CAC program, when we had not been informed what the program means.
I'm not sure what your point is. I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me now.
What I try to tell you is that when we received the letter by communicating to us that we had to bring the children to to CAC program, mental CAC program, they gave it, the caseworker Ms. Vega come to the shelters, gave it in hand a letter with an invitation by we bring the children to CAC mental program in Lincoln, mental program, by test and examine the children there. In other words, create record, medical record, that the children have been in some kind of illness or mental disparity situation. When I speak with Mr. Miller by phone, before the caseworker from the shelter, he tells to us that he will send by fax a confirmation if we had to bring the children there or if we not have to bring the children there. Because this was talking about different programs. He was talking about CAC program, mental illness recovery. And my children were never in any kind of service like that. And we were living in shelter based on different programs. And that's why we let him, Mr. Miller, recognize that something was necessarily request the decision from fair hearing or the decision from court in order to move the children from one program to another mental illness recovery or assistance program. And we were not aware, we were not informed what that program meaning. You know, then for that reason, for that discussion that we have with him, making him recognize that something was wrong, and then they write us in the accusation that we were mixed up. But the real situation was that they were looking for introduce my 5 children into CAC mental health recovery program, and my children never have been in that kind of condition.
How long you married? How long you married?
My wife?
Yeah.
My wife had born in 69.
Now, how long you married?
15 years.
15 years. And let me get how will you support yourself now?
How?
Yeah. Are you on welfare, Social Security?
No. I had no chance to get a job. I don't have a job.
Social Security? SSI?
I have Social Security, but it's not enough.
You get SSI?
Huh?
You get SSI?
No, we have Social Security card, but we don't have Social Security benefits.
You don't get any benefits?
No, any benefits.
So how do you support yourself?
Well, right now we support by the part-time that my wife is doing.
So when was the last time you worked?
The last time that I worked was full-time was in 2002 when the immigration found the identity theft fraud. When the immigration found the identity theft fraud, and then they rejected, gave it to us the work authorization permit card.
And have you ever applied for SSI?
Huh?
For Social Security?
No, we never have applied for Social Security benefits. No.
Okay. Have you ever been hospitalized yourself?
Hospitalized?
Yeah.
No, sir. I never have having even Medicare. How might be hospitalized?
Have you ever been treated for mental illness?
No. We never have been in treatment for mental illness, and we never have been having Medicare insurance. So they cannot have
how do
any
you get the
record.
children medical treatment? How do you get the children medical treatment?
The children have no medical treatment based on illness. The children have the normal appointment by going to pay vaccination, by
Yeah, how do
checking.
you pay for it?
The children have Medicare.
The children have Medicare.
The children have Medicare because the welfare case is only for the children. Do not include the benefit for the adult.
Have you been visiting the children?
Visiting? Yeah, visiting the children at the play and the agency?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to the agency to visit the children every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday? 1 hour?
Every Tuesday after August. After we spend more than 1 month, we shall see the children. They allow we see the children on that agency. But first, they spend more than 1 month. We shall show us the children.
From when to when? When did that occur?
They show the children in August, late in August.
When did they take the children away?
In July 17th. Again, I'm sorry so much. I'm sorry, Mr. Samuel. That explanation is more very accurately in writing right there in the motion. And you might collect information more quickly and more completely from when you read the motion document. You don't have to read the whole 200-300 page. The explanation, the affidavit, show you exactly every aspect.
Just the affidavit.
This is my affidavit I prepared by myself, looking for returned children. We shall need to wait 3 or 4 months more because my children are in danger in the hand to our enemy. Exactly. Because that kind of accusation that they have created endangered the future and the stability to the children and make questionable in the future, make questionable the issue that the children were enrolled on mental issues without any real or truly evidence about that kind of issue. We don't know. That is what keeps us out of mind because we don't know what could be the consequences to all of that procedure that they have created with an accusation like that.
I ask you your immigration status?
My immigration status has something to explain. We were residents by 1999. We become residents.
Permanent resident.
Permit 1999. But we do have in immigration 3 alien registration numbers. 3 different alien registration numbers we do have in immigration.
How did that happen?
We don't know. We don't know why or how that happened. What that means is that there are a fraud in immigration also, because we are not supposed to have 3 records, 3 alien registration number records. Mr. Samuel, one alien registration number have the setting that we left the country in 2001 and we never have leaving the country. Another alien registration file say that we are only residents. And another alien registration file record in immigration say that we are American citizens.
Yeah.
So what happened? If you question me what is your immigration status, I had to say that I am American citizen. Because when we put it on fingerprints and we put it on sign on the Bureau of Eligibility Verification Office to determine our possible eligibility for service, and there are an apparatus, you put your finger and you sign it, and everything come out on a screen. The information come out on a screen show that we are American citizens. The system service, the system service when you request the baggage information show that we are American citizens. But I have not taken the oath. I don't know who did it. But the person who become citizen took our file when we were already residents. So after we become resident by ourselves, somebody becomes citizen because I never had taken the oath. But the record show that we are American citizens, and then I say that I am American citizen.
Okay. Alrighty. So are you finished telling me about the charges? Do you want to tell me more about them?
I am here to answer your question. I hope
well,
you'll be able to answer to me.
Go through it,
I also you'll be able to answer me when I begin question to you.
Okay. I'd like to make another appointment. Let's make another date. Let's make another date. We're not going to finish now.
Now, my first question to you, how you tell me that you were able to answer me?
Go ahead.
Okay. I would like you please tell me what is going on with that issue. Why they had to take my children on the middle to that situation when we all know that the problem here is a loss with money, hiding that they are on hold of that situation.
Is your question why they take your children?
Yeah, why, what is going on? I would like you inform me openly what we can expect from you, why they offer on how we can resolve this matter quickly. Not make it process by January, but later on make it another time. Because the children is not necessarily have to wait until January because it's too long. Something might happen. And we have to prevent that. My children is in the hand to the enemy. My children are in the hand to our enemy. Enemy from many years ago. So if there are options under the law.
ACS? I'm sorry, is ACS the enemy? Or
we cannot say ACS is my enemy.
Well, when you say they're in the hands of your enemy,
it's in the hands to our enemy. Because
who is the enemy?
Okay, our enemy is the people that in one way or other support the wrongdoer. That is our enemy. The people that in one way or other have been supporting the wrongdoers, supporting friendships, supporting relationships, and abusing against our family from years. The problem here comes because there are money from the lawsuits, money that never have come into our hand. For different way, there are money that correspond to us that never have come into our hand. And the people use, by example, they can use the Department of Homeland Service by influences. They can use how they did it, the Citizen Advisory Bureau, and the whole church.
You asked me why I thought they removed your children.
No, I tried to answer your question when you question me who is my enemy. My enemy by us is unknown. My enemy is the people making wrong business.
Claudio, Give me the phone number and I'll call you back. So I don't have to look it up. You're home? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 4291. Okay. Right. All right.
This is my enemy. My enemy from the time that we are living that situation. My enemy, again, in one single word, my enemy are the people that doesn't comply with the responsibilities. Doesn't comply with the responsibility going to support wrongdoers.
Is there a day of the week that's better for you to come back, or does it not matter?
What day?
I don't know. I'm asking you. I'm trying to accommodate you. If there's a day that, if you said to me, well, Mondays are very good, or Tuesdays are very good, or Wednesdays are very good. You know what I mean? If it doesn't matter, then I'm just going to pick a date in December. Okay?
Mr. Gentleman, I apologize so much. I have not received anything, any emphasis from you in how we or you going to return my children.
Mr. Franco, we've spent a little over an hour. I have to go to court soon. I have to go now. I'm willing to make another date with you another time to answer and talk and continue this as many times as you want. That's what I'm willing to do. So do you want to make another appointment now? Or you want to call me? How do you want to do it?
No. We would like another appointment by this week, if possible, or the next week.
No, it can't happen this week because tomorrow is Thursday already. I don't have any other time.
Maybe by Friday or Saturday.
No, I don't work Saturday here. I'm not here. But and then next week is holidays coming up. You know, so I'm not going to be able to.
What day? What day is next week?
No, next week. I'm telling you, I'm not available. You want to do Monday?
Monday night will be okay.
Mm-hmm. About 2:30.
Okay, Monday 2:30 next week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, please, could you tell me something in specific about the return to my 5 minor children quickly?
Yeah, I'll tell you quickly my opinion. I think that you have to think about getting an evaluation, a mental health evaluation, and getting yourself in treatment because you need treatment. You need help, Mr. Franco. It's clear that you need help.
No, we don't need that kind of help that they're trying to provide. But let me tell you something.
We made another appointment. I have to leave now. So
but you tell me that you were able to stay with me 1 or 2 hours. That's why you tell during the conversation.
And we've done an hour.
You know, and I am sorry. That's why you tell in the conversation.
And we've done an hour. Mr. Franco, you're not in control of my life.
No.
We've done over an hour. We've been sitting here over an hour. We made another appointment for 3 days from now, 3 work days from now, for another hour, or maybe more. And if we have to keep on making more appointments, we will. But I can't spend more time now.
Okay, but I understand. But let me finish.
But you're not listening.
No, I understand. But let me finish the part that you say. Yeah. I don't know, based on what you draw in the conclusion that we need mental health.
Okay.
That means that you are.
You asked me.
No. You say, and that means that you are on the same vehicle that the people who accusing us.
If you believe that.
They were supposed to have before. They were supposed to have from where they take the accusation. They had to show and demonstrate the issue about that accusation because I had to defend by myself without any assistance, without any help.
I'm willing to assist you.
You know,
Mr. Franco, if you want to write me a letter telling me why you don't want me to be alert because I'm on their side and I'm on the enemies, that's fine. That's fine. I need to leave now. So you can either run the tape or, you know.
Okay, I have a letter that we really don't want that you take involvement on that issue. But when I come to my wife take the letter because I didn't find it. But I have the letter already.
Well, you can give it to me either next week when we meet?
Yeah, I would like the people from the Republican National Republic Committee be able to assign someone to contact us, to collect the real situation from us. No people that drop in conclusion, follow the accusation that we have.
Then continue to tell the judge that you don't want me to represent you. That's fine. Because
right now you cannot tell me how we can get about our children quickly.
But I told you you didn't want to hear what I have to say because you don't want to hear that. You have emotional problems. You have psychological and psychiatric problems.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe that.
Oh, okay.
So, you asked me a question. I'm responding to it.
Well, okay, that is your personal point of view.
It is.
This is your personal point of view, but you are no medical.
No.
You are your personal point of view.
No, I don't profess to be a medical.
Okay.
I don't profess to be a psychologist.
The problem that we have, you already know better than me. And you know that the consequences that they have created make we look like that because we are living without opportunity to be healed, without opportunity to be defended properly.
Thank you, Mr. Franco. Don't forget your tape recorder.
Conversation with Fanny Maria with Mr. Samuel. The next time that he set an appointment, we come with a letter indication that we really disagree. We are in disagree with him for the point of view that he has shown to us, for the personal consideration that he already have on our situation, made the understanding for me that this person, Mr. Samuel, having some kind of link or connection with the same people that have been abusing us from many years ago. I'll teach you later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Franco. Done an hour. Mr. Franco, you're not in control of my life.
No,
We've done over an hour. We've been sitting here over an hour. We made another appointment for 3 days from now, 3 work days from now, for another hour, or maybe more. And if we have to keep on making more appointments, we will. But I can't spend more time now.
Okay, but I understand. But let me finish.
But you're not listening.
I understand. But let me finish the part that you said. I don't know, based on what you draw in the conclusion that we need mental health.
Okay.
That means that you are.
You asked me.
No. You say, and then that means that you are on the same vehicle that the people who accusing us.
If you believe that.
They were supposed to have before. They were supposed to have from where they take the accusation. They had to show and demonstrate the issue about that accusation because I had to defend by myself without any assistance, without any help.
I'm willing to assist you. Mr. Franco, if you want to write me a letter telling me why you don't want me to be alert because I'm on their side and I'm on the enemy's, that's fine. That's fine. I need to leave now. So you can either run the tape or,
Okay, I have a letter that we really don't want that you take involvement on that issue. But when I come to my wife take the letter because I didn't find it. But I have the letter already.
Well, you can give it to me either next week when we meet?
Yeah, I would like the people from the National Republic Committee be able to assign someone to contact us, to collect the real situation from us. No people that drop in conclusion, follow the accusation that we have.
Then continue to tell the judge that you don't want me to represent you. That's fine.
Because right now you cannot tell me how we can get about our children quickly.
But I told you you didn't want to hear what I have to say because you don't want to hear that. You have emotional problems. You have psychological and psychiatric problems.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe that.
Oh, okay.
So, you asked me a question. I'm responding to it.
Well, okay, that is your personal point of view.
It is.
This is your personal point of view, but you are no medical.
No.
You are your personal point of view.
No, I don't profess to be a medical.
Okay.
I don't profess to be a psychologist.
The problem that we have, you already know better than me. And you know that the consequences that they have created make we look like that because we are living without opportunity to be healed, without opportunity to be defended properly.
Thank you, Mr. Franco. Don't forget your tape recorder.
The conversation with Fini Maria with Mr. Samuel, the next time that he set an appointment, we come with a letter indication that we really disagree. We are in disagreement with him for the point of view that he has shown to us, for the personal consideration that he already have on our situation, made the understanding for me that this person, Mr. Samuel, having some kind of link or connection with the same people that have been abused from many years ago. Yeah, I'll see you later. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Franco.